What's up, everyone? It's your boy Infrar-Ed. Welcome to the Scott Reports. Today I bring you an anime review of Berserk, Episode 2. Let's just get the cat out the bag. It's no point in talking about the animation. We know it's bad. We know it's not going to get any better. So it'll just be beating the dead horses. Go in and say how bad the CG is and how beautiful the 2D can look at times versus the 3D. And they need to just go ahead and pick one of the two, or the CGI, not 3D per se. They're not going to do that. Deal with it. Also, just to let you guys know, this is going to be an actual review. It's not going to be a rant video like 90% of YouTube is doing right now. I think the best way, and this is no credit to me, but it was a commenter in my comments about Berserk last week that said, you should probably come into this anime as if it picked up from where the 1997 series took off, because you remember he defeated the Snake Baron back then. That's when he got to be healed. We can kind of pick it up from here, even though he completely skipped the Lost Children arc. Some of that stuff was already left unsaid. You can just kind of see this as a continuation of the first season that we got way back in the day. It's a shame because it really is a fantastic story, and it could very well be if everybody keeps giving it a chance. But the thing is, now we're stuck in a conundrum, because if we don't watch it, we might not ever get a good adaptation of Berserk again. But if we do watch it, we're going to be pissed every week because it's not what we want. So what do? I would say give it the 3-episode rule. If you don't like it after the 3rd episode, just drop it completely. Find something else. Or you can stick with it. I mean, I stuck with Joker Game through the entire 12 episodes, even though that series was beyond mediocre, even below mediocre, but I still cover it every week. I'm going to do the same thing with Berserk because the story is still there. It's just they skipped so much that led to this story, and it's probably going to be a lot of censorship, even though it is still pretty hardcore. So that's enough on that. Let's get down to the breakdown, what you guys are really here for, and let's get down to the episode. So this episode basically deals with Guts being captured by the Holy Iron Chain Knights, a weekend Guts, after going in on about 50 soldiers like they were nothing. I mean, at the very least, we get to see Guts kick some ass and go in and be the badass character that he's known for, even at a weakened state. And these knights are led by Farnese, and she's accompanied by Serpico and a man named Azan, who actually gives Guts a pretty good fight. But again, this is because Guts was weak, and this is one of the disappointments of the series, is in the manga, Guts got done fighting an apostle, and he got out of that battle by the skin of his teeth. So he was supposed to have been weakened by Rosine, the elf queen, the apostle at this point, and then these knights showed up to capture him. Unfortunately, they decided to skip the Lost Children arc, so we're just going to have to deal with it or just get rid of the series and stop watching it altogether. I've already spoke on that. But anyway, not to get on a rant and not to go off of the episode and everything that's going on at hand. Again, Guts does get apprehended by Farnese and the Knights. He's taken into custody, and then that's when things start to pick up as far as the characterization and the type of things that we can expect from this arc on forward. Now that Guts is in captivity, again, we do get to see some of the positives of Berserk, as it is very gritty and it is very gory, as Farnese is just basically going in, just whipping the crap out of Guts with a cat of nine tails whip, and blood is just flying everywhere as these people are looking for the Band of the Hawk, and they're trying to find information on them. Of course, they're just going to have to make do with the Guts because, you know, the Band of the Hawk are all dead except Rickard and Casca, who we haven't seen in this anime yet. And with everything that they skipped, I don't think we're going to see them for a while, because we've seen Rickard around the beginning back in the true Black Swordsman arc and the parts that we're going to see, but we're not going to see that here. And as far as the anime goes, I'm going to cover the reviews as if I never read the manga to make things seem a little bit better, a little bit more natural for the review. But every now and then I am going to chime in on some comparisons to the anime and the manga, because it'll just be better that way. But anyway, Farnese, she is a very religious person, and she truly believes in her religion, her God, and everything. And she's even trying to push this type of religion and faith onto Guts, as she's basically beating the crap out of him, trying to get information. At the same time, she's losing herself and becoming demon-like with the sadistic and the savagery that she's displaying by beating Guts. And she's not going to get anywhere because, you know, she's strong and she believes in this God, but you're doing this to a man who doesn't believe in God, who feels that God turned his back on him if he ever believed him to begin with. But he does know the devil, and he's seen the devil right in the face with the God hand and everything that he's experienced. So if she's looking to try to break Guts, she got a long way to go. And we kind of see that weakness within her, as if she's failed to get anything out of Guts and she feels that she's failing her God. She even starts to beat herself on the back with her shirt off, just hitting herself in the back with the damn whip. And that's just brutal and cringeworthy as well, but that's what Berserk is known for. That's pretty much the point of Berserk. It's not here to make you comfortable. It's here to bring you realistic, dark fantasy. And it's going to be kind of a good comparison if they do this arc right between Farnese and Guts and the type of things that we're going to see. While Guts was in captivity, we got to give it up for Puck, who comes in and makes the save and actually rescues Guts. And he did a little bit more in this episode as well, as he was able to take out some of the people that Guts could not, which kind of seems like a mismatch because these people that Guts couldn't beat are very weak elf and Puck was. So again, that's just something we're just going to have to deal with and just go ahead with the anime. Anyway, Puck ends up saving Guts in a sense, and Guts then escapes and he kidnaps Farnese for himself, knocking her out over the head, slinging her over his shoulder and making his escape as leverage, you know, kind of like, if you touch me, I'm going to go ahead and do something to her. As she's making her way out though, Guts is followed by Serpico, and I can tell you Serpico is one of my all-time favorite characters in Berserk. I can't wait to see him go in as he begins to take chase to Guts with the crossbow. However, as he's taking chase and going after Guts, he is confronted by a whole bunch of demons, and that's where the episode ends. And then we go on to next week. There's going to be a pretty infamous scene, so it's going to be interesting to see if they do it or not. I might have to live react so I can react with everybody else just to see how it's going. But we'll cross that bridge when it gets there. So, again, this episode overall was a million times better than the first episode because they're getting deep into the conviction arc. And again, I said this last time, if they adapt this arc perfectly, then it might be able to redeem the bad animation and the things that everybody is tending to rant about Berserk. And again, my favorite scene was, once again, Guts going in on the soldiers. I mean, he was just wrecking them with his hands and the metal hand like it was nothing. But when he got hit with that arrow, he went into beast mode, pulled out the dragon sword, just started going in and just cutting through them like paper. And I really do hope that we get an explanation of how he got the dragon sword, as we did get to see some flashbacks in this episode as well, as far as Guts and this time with the Band and the Hawk and Griffin and everybody else. So maybe they'll start sprinkling in little flashbacks here and there to try to fill in the gaps. One thing that I did like as well is, and something, this is a little bit of foreshadowing or a little bit of forward moving, is Farnese and Serpico as characters, as we're going to see the development as them as well, as right now, at least in this part of the arc, she's like the light and dark for Guts, as she's heavily religious, she believes in her faith, whether it's the right way to do things or not, and then you have Guts, who doesn't believe in this type of thing at all, so it's a good clash between those two. And Serpico, he's so clean, and he's a quiet character, but he gets the job done. I'm telling you, for those who don't know about this guy already, you are really gonna like him. I can guarantee you that, as he is clean, he is a boss, and I can't wait to get to him all together. I mean, overall, you know, this is still a little bit bumpy as far as Berserk, but they're still doing a good episode. And again, I know a lot of YouTubers are going to bash this series, and I know it's bad to say, well, it's better to have this than to have nothing, but think about it. This is probably the best we're gonna get. And this is probably the last chance we're going to get for Berserk. So the least we can do is probably try to watch it and suffer through it. I heard that it's going to be 24 episodes, so that's going to be quite an ordeal. But we'll just have to see where it goes from there. That's it. I'm just going to go ahead and end the episode here. Again, if I went any further, it'll just be ranting like everybody else about how bad the animation is and how much they skipped. And I don't want to put you guys through that. Of course, everybody's entitled to their opinion. But I'm here to review the episode, not rant on how bad it is. And I understand YouTube politics. I know you gotta take the good with the bad, and you gotta do things just to get your content out. But I just don't want to bring you guys rant videos because I don't like to be angry. I don't like to be upset to actually do that. And if it's going to be 24 episodes, that's a lot of ranting, and it's going to get tired after a while. So I'm just going to be bringing you guys the breakdown. I'll point out my likes and dislikes for the series and whatnot, and we'll just go from there. And I hope you guys stay on this journey with me as I continue to cover Berserk, and I think I'm going to cover it for a duration. So I'm going to go ahead and end it here. If you guys like the video, go ahead and drop it a like. And if you want to hear more, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, as there's no shortage of content for you guys. It'll always be something here. It'll always be something updated for you. On that note, also be sure to join me tomorrow as I review 91 Days, even though it comes on tonight. And as I always say, you guys can be anywhere on YouTube right now, but you chose to listen to me, and I really appreciate that. So thank you guys for stopping by. And on that note, it's your boy Infrar-Ed signing out. See you soon.